Hello everyone! I'm RiggyRob and welcome back to my Soul Level 1 run of Dark Souls 3. So, last stream was a bit of a filler episode, to be honest, but it was necessary because we went to Archdragon Peak and we got the Dragon Chaser's Ashes, we got the Titanite chunks that we needed to upgrade everything up to +9 at least. We went to the Ashes of Ariandel DLC, got the Millwood Battle Axe, I've infused it with Heavy. So the Dragonslayer's axe is at +10, and the Astora Straight Sword is also at +10 here as well. So we have our end game weapons, as it were. Apparently the Millwood Battle Axe is best done two-handed for maximum damage output, and if I'm not using the Raw Astora Straight Sword, I could take off the Faith Ring, but I'm going to keep it on for the time being, just because. And we opened up lots of different bosses that we can potentially try and fight. So there's Dragonslayer Armour, there's Nameless King, which we're not doing, at least today, at least. There is Sister Frida, there's the Gravetender Great Wolf, which I didn't actually unlock the bonfire for, which is, probably should have done that, but oh well. And then after Dragonslayer Armour, there is, of course, Prince Lothric, and so on and so forth. So, I think this is probably the quickest one, right? I did unlock the shortcut for the Dragonslayer Armour. So, should be able to just go up into the lift. And supposedly, the Dragonslayer armor is weak to frost. I was like, oh, that's interesting. We picked up Frozen Weapon from the Ashes of Ariandel DLC. Unfortunately, it takes 15 intelligence to use. And that's fine, because you can use a ring to get up to that. But the ring is after Dragonslayer armor, not before. You find it in the Grand Archives, which is a little bit annoying. So we're going to have to do Dragonslayer armor without abusing his weakness to frost. I think he's also weak to like abyss stuff, you know, because he's a hollow enemy. You can use the Hollow Slayer Greatsword or the Farron Greatsword, stuff like that. And he's weak to strike as well. And I haven't upgraded Club up to +9 at all, so I think I'm going to be sticking with the Millwood Battle Axe if I can help it. I do know he is resistant to lightning and fire, so Karthus Flame Arc here is basically just going to be for a set damage boost. Not going to be very effective, but we'll see. We've got lots of attempts to do, and as you can probably tell, it's been between this stream and the last stream. I have not played at all, so I've not been practicing against any of the bosses. I do believe I could, if I wanted to, summon in Cirrus of the Sunless Realms here. But let's try it legit. Done every other boss legit so far. You are very creepy, Mr. Butterfly. You're very cool, Mr. Dragonslayer Armor. Ooh, 2 hits. 2 hits. But that 170 is looking pretty nice. Ooh. Tell you what. Instead of... Well, actually, no. My idea was that I could potentially use the Raw Dragonslayer axe if I take off the Faith Ring and put on the Karthus Milk Ring, because then two-handing it means I have the stat requirements. But the Dragonslayer armor is resistant to lightning damage, which the Dragonslayer axe does basically half of its damage for, so split damage between physical and lightning. So there's no point using it on the Dragonslayer armor. But if we try and do Sister Frida, if we try and do Gravetender Great Wolf, try and do Prince Lothric, maybe even Nameless King. I don't know if he resists lightning, actually. I assume he does, but maybe not. I'm pretty sure his mount, the Nameless King's mount, will be weak to lightning, because it is technically a dragon, but yeah. But anyway, gonna take some getting used to boss fights and patterns. Supposedly, again, the Dragonslayer armor can be parried, but it's not going to be as easy as it was against Pontiff or Gundyr, so I feel like I should probably just try it legitimately. Well, not legitimately, but you get what I mean. Give it an honest try first before I try fishing for the easy parries and so on. Alright, wake up Mr. Dragonslayer armor. Ooh, big slam. Gotta say, 200 damage on a two-handed swing is pretty good. I might consider buffing Carthus Flame Arc before entering the Fog Wall and see how much it adds. Because 200 per swing is not shabby, honestly. I mean, I don't really pay attention to the damage values that all the bosses have, because they do have numerical values, obviously, but trying to think about, oh, this boss has got 10,000 HP, this boss has got 6,000, it's just like, not something you can really pay attention to in the midst of a fight. What you can pay attention to is it takes 20 swings, or it takes 50 swings, or whatever the number may be. Let's see. Yeah, I still do have the Prisoner's Chain on. I could change my cosplay out to something else, because I don't think Artorias of the Abyss's armor is that good physically. So there's always the option to try and change that around. Just got a notification on my phone saying, "Are you a lawnmower parent?" It's like, what the hell's a lawnmower parent? I know the phrase helicopter parent. A lawnmower parent. Alright. Go again. Third time's the charm. So I did finish off, like, cutting together the PS5 reveal event discussions we were having during the stream on Friday, I think it was. So that should be going up onto YouTube for anyone that's missed it. And yeah, it's interesting what you forget to talk about every now and then. But I think at this moment, I'm in the midst of a fight, so I need to pay attention. Oh, this is the longest I've lasted against him, so that's good. Ooh, oh yeah, so he's got a double charge on that shield bash, basically. Okay. I've got to say, this guy's axe weapon is amazing. It looks so cool. I've said it before, but I really wish there were some weapons that just had lightning or fire effects constantly on. I think Neo actually did that pretty well, in that you could just have a weapon that was just a fire weapon or a lightning weapon. I didn't put Carthus Flame Arc on, did I? Let's try it. I'm gonna get a good swing there. 193, so that's about 20 damage. 25 damage. Pretty good. Ooh, he's breaking. Right, I can't punish this too much, because he doesn't. You don't get to riposte him, as it were. And obviously, if I get hit in a two-handed state, that is game over. Okay. Another thing I'm going to have to keep an eye on is the fact that the Millwood Battle Axe is a lot slower. Oh, okay. Pilgrim Butterflies now. Do I have to pay attention to them a lot? I forget how much they interfere with your fight. Free swing. Not bad, it's not bad. I think I might have rolled a little bit too early and got caught just... Like, he's got lots of range, which is to be expected, but that was not a bad third attempt, though. So, yeah. I don't think he's weak to magic, so although I could use, like, human pine resin or the dark pine resin or whatever it is, I think it's just... It will add a certain amount of damage to your weapon. It's not going to be especially effective. I'm really surprised there isn't actually a weapon... There are weapons that increase frost buildup. There isn't an item or a consumable item that does it. And I think that's why they put Frozen Weapon in the DLC. Because they realized there is no way to inflict frost without having the specific weapon that does it. And the examples are like, well, the most obvious one is the Erythral Straight Sword, which is great. But unfortunately, it takes like 12 intelligence to use, so I can't use it without two-handing. There's Vort's Great Hammer, probably Frida's Scythe as well. There's actually not that many. And I think I'm going to try and abuse the weaknesses of these bosses in Soul Level 1. It makes sense too, right? If Prince Lothric is weak to fire, then I'm going to use fire. If Dragonslayer Armour is weak to frost, I'll try and use frost if I can, but if I can't, then I'll do the next best thing. So, alright. Hello, my game, my guy. Stick close to him. Bit of a delay, that's fine. Did I trade in my last Estus shot? I don't think I did. Right. Punish. Wow, I thought I was far enough away from that. Hello, the real Pie Master. Thanks for joining the stream. How are you today? Sunflower seeds indeed. Trying to grow a farm. We do have Stardew Valley actually, but Stardew Valley is the type of game where it's one of those games where you get invested in it in a very short amount of time, but the longer you go playing the game, the more you're like, oh, this is kind of just like busy work. And I'm finding that with Animal Crossing New Horizons, actually. It used to be, like, you log on every day, you get your Nook Miles bonus, you do your Nook shopping. If it's a Sunday, you need to make sure you get your turnips. Talk to the villagers, get your DIY recipes, shoot the stuff out the tree, shoot the stuff out the sky, shake the trees. And now I'm like, can't be bothered doing all that. I want to get all the KK songs, so I'm doing the KK concerts on the Saturdays. But otherwise, if it wasn't for the Nook achievements to do, I'd be like, I don't really want to do any of this. I try and make sure that we get all the bugs and fish for each month before they leave. But I've already caught all the bugs that leave this month. I haven't caught all the new ones yet, but I just don't play during the day often enough to actually catch them. Yeah, let's put Flame Arc on. I suppose I should maybe think about putting Fire Orb on, because having the range would be better. Wow! One shots. Okay, your rolls really do need to be on point with this. I think if there were any other attacks that just outright killed me in one go. Dancer definitely did it with some of the swings. Osiris, did Osiris kill me with the instant charge and from full HP? I don't know. We'll try Embering actually. That might have saved me. See how many I've got. I have 30. Oh yeah, that's plenty. And no Estus shards, but I did have an Undead Bone shard. But again, at this point, Undead Bone shards aren't necessary. +8 is plenty enough to heal me up to full. Okay. So I've seen there's a bit of internet discourse going on about The Last of Us Part 2, which I believe the review embargo has officially lifted, and it's done extremely well, as I'm pretty sure many people would have expected. I think it's got a 96 Metacritic, maybe 95, I'm not too sure. But there was some interesting takes on Twitter that I saw about comparisons with The Last of Us. And I think I might save that for when we actually get around to playing the game ourselves. Which should be on Friday. Hopefully. Again, we're probably going to get the digital version, so we're not at the whims of delivery services, because we've actually tried ordering some presents for our mother's birthdays, and it hasn't arrived yet. And it's like, huh. Okay, that didn't actually do that. So I was in contact with the seller, asking about these presents being delivered, and they said, oh yeah, can you just hold on a few more days, because obviously things are very up in the air at the moment with you know, how delivery services are dealing with, you know, staff shortages and resource management and so on. It's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But secretly, I'm like, it was for a birthday, so I kind of hope it's not too long. I get the delivery services aren't running at normal operations, but Is 2 weeks overdue too long? Is 3 weeks? Is 4? Don't know. But hopefully it'll all arrive soon. Because obviously in the UK, non-essential retail has opened up. Now I don't know if that's going to have an effect on any delivery companies or whatever, because most delivery companies have been operating normally. Well, not normally, but they've been operating anyway because they are counted as an essential service. And we've ordered stuff on Amazon, and Amazon stuff has arrived. Like, some of it's been delayed because, you know, where the sellers are based. You know, if we order something from China, then clearly it's going to take a while, but it has turned up. Alright. Real Pie Master says, I spent the last 3 days trying to fix a $70 laptop? Is that right? First it was a white screen, then I found out how to fix that. Unscrew the battery, then it won't turn on. So I unplugged it all, plastic things, and put it back in. Then it flashed the caps lock 4 times, which apparently was a CPU issue. So I cleaned that with a toothbrush. Now it's blinking once more, which is apparently a fan issue. So I'm looking around the house for canned air. You know, surprisingly enough, for someone who has lots of computers and video game stuff, I officially bought some isopropyl alcohol for the first time this year. So you can probably tell I didn't clean my computer stuff as much as I should have. I think with how slow this Millwood battle axe is, I'm going to have to take 1 swing at a time, because 2 killed me there. I could have mowed at least 6 lawns and bought a more expensive laptop, but it's the principle. Yeah, it always feels more satisfying when you fix a problem rather than just buying to overcome it. It's the mend and make do philosophy, you know? You don't want to throw something away just because it doesn't work the same way as it used to, when you can fix it, potentially. I mean, it depends on if there's like a... What's the word? If there's some sentimental value to the thing that you're trying to fix. So if it's your laptop, maybe you're trying to, you know, make sure you recover some photos that you've got of family and friends, or there's some important documents that you need. So it might be actually quite important to fix that. But yeah, it's like, it feels good to tinker and repair successfully, I should point out, because sometimes people try and fix things and it does not go very well. Like, if I try to fix a cupboard, for example, chances are I'd end up breaking the cupboard and we'd have to buy a new one. So sometimes you should just leave it to the professional. So is it a $70 laptop? That doesn't sound right. Is it 700? 7,000? Well, no, sorry, not 7,000. That's stupid. I would hope no one's buying $7,000 laptops, honestly. I don't even think Apple sell a $7,000 laptop. They sell a $1,000 stand, but the actual hardware for the computing stuff, I don't think so. Ooh. So, I think I actually saved myself because I blocked that hit rather than taking it raw, which may have killed me the first time. Can we trade on that hit? Uh-oh. Ooh. 2 hits was greedy. 1 hit. Okay. Need to make sure he's not doing the second swing before I try and attack. Yeah. I think I healed a little bit too slowly before he started jumping at me again. I can't play Minecraft on it. The laptop is for Porn and Darkest Dungeon. I use my computer for school. It's 70, so you can imagine how much storage and restrictions it has. Wow, $70 laptop. How old is it? Because $70 does not go very far for computers. Or at least decent quality. Well, that, you know, it's like the principle behind buying an iPhone is, oh, an iPhone's $1,000, where you could probably find an Android phone that has the same specs and computing processing power for a quarter of the price, perhaps. But I would be really interested to see how a $70 laptop performs. I'm going to guess it's got maybe 1 gigabyte of RAM, if that, and maybe 100 gigabytes of storage. Although, I think Chromebooks nowadays have tried to do away with lots of internal storage and say, yeah, you get like 52 gigs, but we encourage you to use Google Drive, Google Dropbox, stuff like that. And yes, I don't think Google own Dropbox, but Google Drive definitely. Try and push you towards the cloud services and host everything online. But honestly, I'm like, I'd rather have more on my physical hardware, because you never know when cloud hardware is you know, gonna have some problems. Let's see. Whoa! Right, let's run and heal. There we go. That's better. One swing. One swing. Yeah, that was not... I think I actually hit his shield that time, so that was very much not worth it. Always have to go to his right. Double bash. Heal. Always to his right. Watch out for the lightning smash. Okay, get in there. Oh. That was stupid. I shouldn't have tried doing that. Good thing you went over my head. Let's heal. Heal. Oh. Okay. Thought that was going over my head that second time. And back up. Ah, I'm still alive. Cool. Ooh. That was lucky. Alright. Starting forward? No? Come on. Sorry for making people feel motion sick during this fight, but it's an unfortunate consequence of how this fight goes if you stick to his stick to his body. Now we got Imaginary Idiot here as well. Hello, Imaginary Idiot. I think I might have missed you saying hello. Part of me just wants to blow in the fans for 2 hours. I mean, I don't think I'd spend that long on it. I think I would probably be like, yes, I'm going to get some canned air and then try and spray the laptop, keyboard, and so on. Although I don't think I've used my canned air properly. You always expect these things to be like a magical solution that fix whatever you're trying to do. And then you don't actually bank on the fact that you need to be able to use it properly. Yeah, use that ember. There we go. Cool. I remember the first time I took a laptop apart because I accidentally spilt hot chocolate on it. Yeah, accidentally, as if I would ever do it on purpose. But that felt good. It felt productive to be like, right, I'm gonna unscrew everything from the bottom. I'm gonna like disconnect everything, all the cables, all the RAM, try and clean it as best I can, and then put it back together. I think eventually I might have had to clean it, get it sent to a repair shop and clean it, but I don't actually... Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just made do. Because I know I remember asking my dad about it and what to do. And he was like, right, yeah, well, you need to take it apart, basically, and yeah, clean it as best you can. I don't even remember if we used any like special solution. Probably just like a slightly damp cloth, stuff like that. Stick. I'm gonna have to stop doing the rolls. The roll attack is not getting the range I need. Ooh, okay. Alright. You? So you can get greedy on 2 hits if the first one isn't a roll. Maybe not that time. Ooh. Yeah, you clear the bridge. Make it so that I have to get punished by these pilgrim butterflies. I hope I know how to point and spray a can. And pull. Yeah. There is always the thing of the worry of, do I pull harder? Do I try and make it so that I'm putting more force on this thing? Because, you know, without experience, you never know how much force you should use on these things. Uh-oh. Ow. Why? Ooh, okay, yes. Lightning charge that. Is that the Maneater Mildred Butcher Knife moveset? Seems like it. Oh, I forgot the shockwave. Okay. The roll attack's not doing what I need it to. Oh, wow. Oh dear. Yeah, when you're taking computers apart and you're like trying to screw things together and like it's not coming out as easily as you thought it would. It's really tempting to try and just like add a bit more force into it. And then it's like, oh god, am I gonna break it? Am I gonna break it? You hear something click and it's like, did I break it? But yeah. Usually it's just like a matter of, you know, knowledge and experience. People who put PC hardware together know that it's actually more durable than you think. As long as you're not trying to actively break it and, you know, putting it somewhere that you're pretty sure it doesn't go, and then you're trying to force it in there, you add a bit too much pressure, that can end up breaking things. But otherwise, as long as you're sensible, you have a clean, open space, you make sure that you mark out what each thing is so you remember how to put it back together, you should be fine. But yeah, I don't know if I'd spend that much time trying to fix a $70 laptop though. For $70, I'd be like, yeah, I'm sure there will be someone who can recycle it or repair it much more effectively than I would. So, yeah, at that point, I'd be like, nah, you can do it. One hit only. That was greedy. Very greedy. Alright. So it might be that when you switch to two-handing, you can't roll immediately afterwards? No, you can't. Okay. Shockwave? Yeah. Hello, would you like to dance? Again, apologies for the motion sickness. No, I was healing! Goddamn butterflies. Oh well. So far, the third try was actually the most successful. Got him down the most. I don't think having the embers helped me that much. If I'm dying, he's doing it in 2 hits. So, doesn't really matter how much health I have. Suppose I could just try getting good with rolls. Stop using my Grass Crest Shield as a safety blanket. Embrace the Bloodborne dodge roll life. Who knows? But the damage output is pretty good. Kind of wish that the Dragonslayer armor wasn't weak to lightning, because I could be trying this with the raw Dragonslayer axe instead and see what the damage that does. I think people were saying that you can get like almost double what the raw Astoria straight sword can do if you two-hand a raw Dragonslayer axe. So twice as much damage means half the time needed to kill something. I don't know what I'm gonna spend for my next big like computer-related upgrade or purchase is gonna be. We've talked about how we need to have a PC upgrade of some sort because the GPU we've got is woefully outdated. Like, I'm pretty sure it's maybe 9 years, if that. No follow-up, okay. Ooh. I'm glad the rolls are quick in this game. Okay. So far, so good. Pretty sure that would have killed me at one shot, but that's fine. Yeah, okay. So see, you know, 2 hits. 2 hits at least. That one's done. Okay, that's fine. Follow? No? Okay. No? Okay. You do you, and I'll do me. Uh-huh. This is working out pretty well. The big overhead. You can't roll to the side of that one, because it'll track you all the way. What's the hardest boss for you? For me, it's Crystal Sage after repeated playthroughs. I don't know. I mean, there's the obvious answers of Nameless King and Sister Frieda, no summons, and things like that. But in terms of, like, difficulty, it doesn't really take that long. Like, we've played Sekiro, and it took us a while to do... It took me a while to do Guardian Ape and the final boss and so on. You know, fighting against Genichiro. What were some of the bosses there? But at the end of the day, it was just a matter of practice. I can see how it's annoying for people trying to complete games for review purposes, or, you know, they just don't have the physical capability of doing the actions required with the timing required, just because, you know, the senses might be a little bit, you know, slower after old age, or they've got physical disabilities, or basically anything like that. But for me personally, as a, you know, relatively young, physically able-bodied person, it just takes a bit of time, you know? I can probably do these bosses if I practice them enough. I mean, this is at soul level 1, right? So if I had been leveled up, I don't think this fight would be going too much different other than I'd be blocking every single hit with a full shield if I could. Whoop. Double roll saved me. Oh, what? Huh? See if I can get away with another hit. Or healing. Wow, nope, I could not. Oh dear. Also, why is Muxibot telling me that I'm gone live now? It's half an hour late. I think the most annoying boss is Deacons of the Deep. And it's easy to deal with, because you just, you know, use an alluring skull or whatever. But the idea of just, right, I'm trying to hack my way through all these enemies, and they just will not move out of the way. It's kind of like, it's frustrating more than it is difficult, but the frustration adds to the difficulty, if that makes sense. Like with Cyrus and Dragonslayer Armour, I'm not feeling particularly stressed about trying to fight them. Because I know they're... either they kill me or I kill them. It's when it gets really tense and down to the wire. You're on your last Estus Flask use. They're on like maybe the last 10% of life. And you know you need to time the hits correctly to be able to kill them. And that can get kind of intense. But then at the same time, if you've managed to get them down that far, you know you can get them down that far and you can do it. If there was a boss that was just a wall, that would be much harder. Like a Demon of Hatred in Sekiro. Just like, how do you get this massive beast down to the level where you need him to be able to actually beat him? Turns out, it can be done. But to be honest, I'm kind of over the whole... I'm going to make a game that is so masochistically challenging that it's revered for its difficulty. Because I've seen, like, Celeste. I've got Celeste on the Switch, and I've played through it. I've got all the way through the game. I've tried doing the B-sides and the different chapters and so on. And it's like, I know I could do this. It would just take time. And I don't feel like spending the time to try and brute force my way through it. I think I've spoken about Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight, I've finished 112% completion. I posted a picture of it on Twitter when I did like 76, 88, 100, 112 completion. So you go find all the different side quests and NPCs and so on. But that has different endings for doing boss gauntlets, and it's like, I know I can beat these bosses because I've already done it. It's just do them all in a row and do it with limited healing because you can't, you can't rest between fights. You have to use the charge you build up attacking the bosses to heal at safe moments. It's like, I can do this. It's just not worth my time to. And that's where I feel like people who make these incredibly challenging games or bosses or whatever it is need to kind of respect the player's time. Because we're all getting older, we're all growing up, we're all becoming adults with jobs and responsibility, and it's like, sometimes you just want to play a game and not relax, because, sometimes it's not relaxing, but you want a challenge you can do, which is the famous quote that I always remember from Lisa Simpson. I thought you wanted a challenge, yeah, a challenge I could do. Because at the end of the day, sometimes challenges can be just too hard. When people were playing Battletoads back in the day, they weren't probably thinking, oh yeah, this is a great challenge for me to try and overcome. They were thinking, no, this is bullshit. This is unfair. And it probably was unfair, speaking as someone who's never played Battletoads. I rolled that time. Get? That was not worth it. Hey, hi, hello, imaginary idiot. Hey, it's the burning spine twig moth things. The pilgrim butterflies. Ooh, I'm getting a FaceTime from my mother, so I'm gonna have to go to intermission. 1 second, guys. And I'm back. Sorry about that. As always, when your mum calls, you answer the phone. If you don't live with your mum, give them a call. Just sorting out some plans for the near future. So yeah. Well, you know what? That gave me an excuse to have a bit of a break in between trying Dragonslayer Armour. I do think two-handing it is being very successful in terms of damage output. I'm getting clipped every now and then, but like I said before, if he's killing me in 2 hits anyway, there's no point using the shield to block a hit, because I need to heal afterwards. So. So yeah, sorry about that. I'm not sure how long that was. Probably about, what, 5-7 minutes? Dum 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 da dum. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to ask actually. Is it Father's Day in other parts of the world? Because I know Father's Day is this weekend in the UK. But I don't know if it's actually the same in other places. Animal Crossing went ahead and added the thank you dad mug in Animal Crossing New Horizons. Turning around. But yeah. Hey, Reason Degudo just subscribed on YouTube. Thank you very much for that. One of us. One of us. Unfortunately, I can't do the emote at the moment, as you can probably tell, but thank you for that reason. Reason? Let's back up in here. Oh, what? You smell? Greedy, 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 greedy! Ooh. Oh, that wasn't lightning. Ooh. Hello? Nope. Music change. Ooh, lightning charge on the shield bash. Yep. Well, the sides of the bridge. Wow. I was saying the sides of the bridge haven't broken yet. But... Father's Day was yesterday. Really? Huh. I'm pretty sure it was definitely this weekend, but huh. Because I know in the US, Mother's Day is a lot later than Mother's Day in the UK. Because whenever we celebrate Mother's Day in the UK, you get a lot of Americans saying, "What? No one told me it was Mother's Day." And it's like, well, that's because in the UK it's a lot earlier. And I don't know why it's a lot earlier. You'd think if they were going to have these celebratory holidays, as if they're actually holidays, they're not really, they'd have them all on the same day. Like Valentine's Day. Everyone knows that's on the 14th of February. So why is Mother's Day and Father's Day and all the other days on different days depending on your country? Real Palmer says, I don't think I have any canned air, even though I've seen it multiple times when I didn't need it. Oh, it's always terrible when you're trying to look for something and you know it's in the house. You just don't know where. Like, I'm pretty sure we have a laser pointer that is USB... it's got a USB end to it, so you can charge it without having to, you know, replace batteries and so on. And I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the house. I just don't know where it is. It's going to take a while for me to actually try and look for it. Let's see what. No problem? Okay. That was greedy, and I'm not doing the follow-up on that one. Yeah, that doesn't have a lightning effect on it, just a wind effect. 1, 2. Oh, I knew that was coming, the big wind-up. My god, I'm losing my mind. I meant next Sunday, but I said yesterday. It's in 6 days. Yeah, I thought it was. It's like, oh, I didn't realize it's in like a week apart in different countries, but no, it is. It's on the same day. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. I think I can hear Pimmsy whistling. Don't know why. What's she got to be so happy about? In fairness, we are planning to do a properly socially distanced barbecue for Father's Day with Pimmsy's side of the family, so that should be nice. It'll be the first time we've officially seen each other in like a few months. Hopefully the weather's nice, because you know, classic British weather, as soon as it enters lockdown it gets all sunny, as soon as you're allowed to go out of lockdown and meet up with people at a proper distance, suddenly starts chucking it down. Alright, so Arthur's Flame Arm. Go. Alright, put that on. And there's no point sprinting towards him. He's going to just come towards me before I can get to him anyway. One hit only. Hit only. Follow? Yep. Foxy. Go. I have to say, it does feel like I'm able to get away with 13 mistakes in this boss fight because of how many Estus Flasks uses I've got. That is too quick for me to roll back behind. Hello? No? Okay. Totally expecting one there. See if I can get away with another hit. Right, greedy, 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 greedy. Oh, that kills. Damn. Father's Day was yesterday here. Thought that was Ireland. My geography needs a bit of work. I don't think there's been any differences between Ireland and the UK in terms of lifting of restrictions and Father's Day celebrations and so on. There might be. Obviously, there's like the Battle of the Boyne and Patrick's Day, St. Patrick's Day. Depends on if it's Northern Ireland versus the Republic of Ireland, I guess. Seen lots of videos today of all the non-essential retail opening up again, and it's interesting to see what people want. Well, when I say people, it's interesting to see what journalists want you to focus on, aka the massive queues of people lining up to go into Primark to buy clothes, but you never like seem to question why they're trying to do that. Yeah? What is the purpose of them showing you this big massive queue? Because at the end of the day, the reason why there's a queue is because the government have said, yeah, we're opening shops up again. People can go in because we want to kickstart the economy again. And it's like, well, if you want to kickstart the economy, you kind of have to expect there's going to be some queues for people to line up for all these non-essential retailers. I knew there was a second one coming. Just a bit slow off the mark. That was two. Ah. Greedy. Very greedy. Ooh. Oh, yep. Challenge it. At least he has a very slow recovery from that. Alright. Look through that, going straight backwards, I think. Oh, yep. Okay. Wasn't the third one, though. Ooh, tracking. Come on. I should not have gone for that. Okay. I just saw the pilgrim butterflies in the background with their massive spells. Okay. So fire's worn off. Whoop. Does the lightning on his shield actually do more damage to me? Look. No, that was too close. Run! Upwave. Yep. Don't jump off the bridge. Okay. Okay. How many more hits? 12? 15? Ah, that's so wide. I think I jumped too early there. I just noticed the chat doesn't show up on stream. Now I need to pay attention to multiple things. Hello. It should show up on stream. Why is it not showing up on stream? Which chat? Yeah, that should be showing up. Why is it not? Property. Okay. This. Okay. Not sure why it's not showing up. It should be. I noticed the activity feed on the OBS dock is also blank. I suppose I could try removing it as a source and then putting it back in. But then I'd have to resize it. So I don't think I'll do that right now. Yeah, it's, the chat isn't showing up on the stream itself, which it normally should be. I don't know why. There's not a refresh source, is there? No. Interact? What does interact do? Does nothing, apparently. Okay, thank you. I think Nightbot just needs kicking in again. Do I have it open as a tab? Custom command. Do I need to log in again? No, it's there. Okay. Weird. I'm not sure why it's not showing up. Nothing too important. Yeah, exactly. Like, the reason why we have the chat come up on the stream while we're playing is just so people know what's been said. In fact, it goes back to when we used to stream on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, because sometimes people on YouTube were trying to respond to things people were saying on Twitch, but they're like, I can't see what they're saying. Which makes sense because it's on a completely different platform, but the reason why we wanted it to show up was so that we could make sure that people knew things were being said by other people, and that's why we were responding to them. Hit it too quickly after that. Shouldn't have had to do the roll attack. Heal up. Too slow on that roll, I think. Doing that. Ooh. Greedy, 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 greedy. Oh, I was going all the way around. Oh. Yeah, it could just be the source needs refreshing in OBS. But I don't know how to do that while live. Not gonna lie, Dragonslayer armor isn't too original. We've had a ton of towering armor-clad warriors in the series, but damn if it isn't really cool. Not a massive fan of the music, though. I kind of like the music a little bit. I'm more not a fan of the fact that it's Ornstein again. You know, Ornstein's cool, and I guess Dragonslayer armor is a nice twist on Ornstein because it's using a shield and a big massive halberd machete thing. And you don't often see bosses that actively use a shield against you. But at the end of the day, it's like, yes, we get it. People like Ornstein. People like Artorias. You know? Speaking of which, I should probably put some better armor on at this point. It's like, just... could have been something a bit more original. I don't know. Ornstein was kind of overdone back in Dark Souls 2 as well. Yeah, well, that's when they had him as old Dragonslayer, was it? Or something like that? And that was really, like, egregious because it's just like, why does he need to be in here? You're just adding him because people liked him. There's no actual reason for him to be here. And the same applies in this game as well. It's like, you're just doing this because people like this. Oh, look. Yep. Third. He's got a third one on that. I have to watch out for that. Okay. Too far away on that one. There we go. Greedy. Well, at least 2 rolls is enough to get away from him. Assuming you're not like... Ooh, I think I still rolled a little bit too early on that one. I think I don't like the music when it changes into the second phase, honestly. And I can admit, it's not as good as it could have been. Like, Dancer of the Boreal Valley, I think, is probably the best music for a boss fight in this game. Just so serene, and it fits the fight itself. No! Ah. Okay. Where is justice for my boy Smo? Smoo. Yeah, I don't know. Feels weird, like everyone gravitated towards Ornstein, and Ornstein's the one that gets the Dragonslayer armor boss representation. Ornstein gets the cool armor set in Archdragon Peak, gets the cool weapon, and you can find Smau's armor and weapon as well, but they were part of a team, you know? It's Biggie and Smalls. You can't, like, separate them. It doesn't work that way. Oh, goody. It's just a black screen now after I brushed it instead of using a can. Oh, that's not a... Is that good or bad? Because it feels like that's usually bad. Unless, it's much better from the previous... Where's the lift? Hello? God, you take ages. I'm not going to forget to put you back down. Alright, let's do this. 30 embers is a lot, so... It's not blinking. That doesn't sound good, honestly. I've actually heard people call him Smuff. Like what? Well, it's just... It's a really awkward name to try and pronounce without knowing how it should be. It's like Hawkeye Goth, you know? Goth as in cough. That just... If he didn't say his own name, he'd be like, is it Gao? Is it Go? That's why I always appreciate characters saying other characters' names out loud every now and then. In fantasy settings, at least. No follow-up? Okay. Don't challenge this. I thought I rolled it, but I didn't. Yeah, he seems to have a different recovery times based on how far away he is compared to you when he does the attack. Right, roll away, roll away. Please don't hit me, please don't hit me, please don't hit me. Oh, at least it was a shockwave. Because I know the big circular one does kill in one hit. No, no, no! Whoa. Oh, goddamn. No! Oh. Damn. Totally see that coming as well, unfortunately. Rob, no. Yeah. Ah, dear. Well, we're kind of on the same trajectory as beating the other bosses. It took me about an hour and 20 minutes to beat Dancer. It took about another hour and 20 to beat Osiris, and then it wasn't that long to beat Gundyr. So an hour per boss feels like the going rate. Bed of Chaos flashbacks. It might be because we played Dark Souls 1 a lot later than everyone else after Dark Souls. After Dark Souls 2 and 3 and Bloodborne. But I don't think we thought Bed of Chaos was that bad. Like, obviously it's terrible, because just the fact that it can push you off into death is awful, and I don't know why they decided that would be a good boss fight. But otherwise, it's like, it's not too bad. Again, though, we are playing the remastered version. We did play the remastered version, so we didn't have all the previous, like, AI behaviors to deal with in terms of unpatchedness and so on. So. Swing. Yep, there we go. Swing. Come on. Swing first, swing first. No, don't challenge it. Got lucky I wasn't too far away that time. One hit and back away. Ooh. That was done. Let's run. Oh, that caught me! I was not expecting that to catch me. Oh. Well, we're consistently getting him down to second phase. It's just having to deal with him two-handing his axe as well as the pilgrim butterfly shooting at us. Back onto the design of the bosses. Watchers and Gundyr are pretty generic looking, but the other knights and sword users are pretty memorable. Vort is a creepy dog thing. Dancer is Dancer. Yorm's huge and epic. Gale is super unnerving at first, but quickly becomes more serious. And Dragonslayer armor kind of feels unforgettable. Yeah, I can see that. Said last time that the Watchers are kind of like meh because they're just dudes in armor. It's more of the theming of what they are that makes them cool. So I agree with that. Gundyr, you said before, I think, about it being the best case of the first boss and then the first boss again, but harder. And I agree. Champion Gundyr is like an awesome fight, both the first time and the second time. In terms of other sword users, the Twin Princes is pretty unique. You know, two of them, one being a magic user, one being a sword user that can't actually stand up properly. Frida. Now, Frida's an interesting one. Because it feels like the first phase, where it's just Frida on her own, being a normal NPC, should be easy, but it's not. The fact that they have her being invisible and stuff like that makes her a lot harder to deal with. Oh, that was 5 attacks in a row then. Alright, don't challenge the... In fact, what I should do is just go to the side of him. Because this gives easy hits. Okay. Feels like I've got a good way of punishing that now. What? Follow? No? Just quick recovery. Alright. Roll away. Okay. Ooh. That second swing was very good. Follow? Ooh. Lucky that didn't kill me. Lucky that went over my head. No! Okay. Should be fine. Ugh. No! Second. Ah! Okay. Nope, shouldn't have done that. Should not have gone for that third one. Go away! Go away! I'm gonna try and leading over here where the bridges aren't broken. I say as the bridges immediately get broken. Ugh. Okay. Greedy on the second one. No, that was greedy. Oh, that was close. That was close. That was much better though. I think knowing that I can just walk behind him when he does the big two-handed lightning slam means that I can get more damage in. Frida has a fantastic ambiance, but lasts a wee bit too long for how hard it is. The first two phases are by no means easy, but they're not too bad. Having to beat them every time you want to get to Black Flame can be discouraging though. Oh yeah, like I am way over multi-phase boss fights that force you to redo fights over and over again, and just... Like, we get it. You want it to be difficult. But there is a limit to how much you should be expecting someone to play at. Like, two-phase boss fights? Okay, they can be hard, but, you know, it's reasonable. Three-phase boss fights, and you have to do the first two phases over and over again? I don't know. Sekiro was particularly bad for that one, I thought. I just realized how many attacks are 180 degrees or more in this game. Over half the bosses only have 1 or 2 direct attacks. It feels like they had to give the bosses those kinds of attacks because of how quick the player can move around in this game. In Bloodborne, they solved that by making the bosses very aggressive because of how the way dodging works in that game. But here it's like this guy has an overhead that tracks around you, and that like goes over your head. But I don't think they really thought about what's the best way for them for as a boss to react to you being able to just roll to the side quickly. Because in theory, if you want to have people using shields and so on, you should actually make the game slower, not quicker. Because then people are forced to, like, commit to attacks or commit to defense. I'm not going to punish that one because it wasn't in the right mindset. Or the position. So big slam. Yes. I think I might start just running away when he does that, because at least if I'm further away and he does the shockwave, it won't kill me. But that long 180 attack, it's maybe even more than 180, it's probably 270. That's the thing that's been killing me most, I think. I think it's a design choice since summoning is easier here. Having the boss focusing only on you would kind of suck. True, yeah. I think if there's multiple targets for the boss to focus on, that's when they could be like, okay, we're going to make this AI more aggressive, more unrelenting for you. And the idea is, well, there's 2 of you, so make sure you get your hits in while you can. So one can focus on defense and one can focus on attack. I feel like that would be a better way of doing it, but I am not a games designer by any means. I have no experience of actually making games or designing enemy AI, behavior, patterns, etc., etc. I am just a person on the internet playing games and criticizing them as I play them. You do not need to take my suggestions as valid, because they probably aren't. but I'm saying them anyway. I should not have gone for that second one. Alright, lightning. Wow! That was way bigger than I thought it was. Okay. I was trying to slightly get behind him, but... Oh, I haven't changed my armor. I should do that. Something with lightning defense would be helpful. Big plate armor. Really? Plate armor should be lightning weak, because obviously it's metal and it travels throughout the whole thing. Cloth stuff should be lightning resistant. But I don't think there's a rubber suit set of armor in the game. But I think it's time. We've played as Artorias for long enough. So let's try. I think the generic good set of armor is Fallen. The soul level 1. And then we can try and mix and match perhaps. Because of course, Fashion Souls is important. Alright, so that's 66. Can I get away with Alva's set? The Fallen Knight actually has more lightning defense. Ooh, 13.2. Yeah, let's go for that. So Undead Legion seems to be pretty good. At least for the magic and lightning defense, so yeah. That's the same. Worse than everything else, so I'll keep that as it is. That's better. Knight's Ring, Priestess Ring. I suppose I could put this on. Yeah. I do have this as well, actually. Let's do that. Shield Ring, Knight's Ring, Prisoner's Chain. Those are all good. So, hopefully I take a bit more damage now. Before dying. And let's use an Ember as well. Because why not? Changing things up. Might as well use some resources as well. One of the things I'm trying to get better at while playing games is making use of resources. So we've got like lightning urn. No, I don't want that. What's the thing that does damage absorption? This. Yellow bug pellets, right? I should be really trying to use more of these, but I'm just still stuck in the idea of I'm not going to use any consumable item because, you know, once you use them, they're gone. And it can be hard to get out of the hoarding mentality of, what if I need this later? It's like, well, you need it now, so use it now. You can worry about later when you get to later. So, yeah. I think I can buy... Can I buy yellow bug pellets from the handmaid or something? Ooh. So, yeah. So it's not just in Dark Souls games, but in any game generally. Like, I'm replaying Fire Emblem Three Houses to try and get the different routes completed. And I would like to be able to see the outcomes of all those different routes in that game, because I'm 225 hours in at the moment, and it hasn't finished for me yet. Considering that usually those types of games don't take more than like 60. I survived! Okay. Thank you, Stoneplate Ring. Okay, I think I need to run and heal. Stop chasing me. What? What was that? Where did that come from? I know it's a pilgrim butterfly, but I thought like the bridge was still up. Oh man. But at least having the change in armor and rings and so on has helped. Because that big one-shot 180 didn't one-shot me anymore. Deary, deary, deary. I think the other thing about using consumable items is it never feels like it lasts long enough to be worth it. So using Carthus Flame Arc is fine because it lasts a certain amount of time, but I can always recast it. But when you use the consumable item, once it runs out, it's gone. And you never know, really, how long it'll last for. Does it last for 10 minutes? Does it carry over once you die? I mean, clearly not. How do you balance the use of consumables? I would use way more consumable items if the effects persisted over time. Like, instead of it being, you know, 60 seconds, for example, if it lasted 20 minutes, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to use a lightning bug pellet, yellow bug pellet thing. And then I'm set for trying to do the boss. I didn't buff my thing with flame arc, actually. Oh, well. I'm getting greedy on the first hit. I shouldn't do that. Just go for the one swing that I know. Go for the one swing I know. I think the other thing that people designing bosses in these types of games have to deal with is what you do if the player is just going to stick really close to the boss character. Like, how do you make them get away? Didn't have the stamina to roll again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Woo! Oh, that stone protection ring is doing very well for me. Try avoiding Pilgrim Block Wars. I was hoping being on the lower set of stairs would help me. Huh? 1, 2. Boy. Uh-oh. Boom. That one follows a bit more tightly, I think. Oh, God. Oh, he seems to combo more attacks together. I think items are built around PvP. Oh, I suppose, yeah. That is always difficult to do. When you've got an online portion of your game and people fighting each other, it is always going to be difficult to say, right, we've got these items, these ideas that we want to implement. We can't make them too strong, because then people will just say it's unfair when they're fighting other people online. So what do we do? So, yeah, the consumables... I don't know, I mean, in PvP, wouldn't it depend on the person you're fighting against for you to have the right defenses against it? So if I'm fighting against a caster, I need to know that I'm fighting against a caster to wear magic-resistant armor. If I don't have magic-resistant armor, or I don't have magic-resisting items, then I'm out of luck. If I could use my magic-resist item and have it persist during PvP fights, I'd be like, right, I know I'm covered for magic resist. I know my armor covers lightning resist. Therefore, I just need to avoid fire damage and dark damage, or find other ways to overcome that. Yeah, I'm speaking as someone that doesn't play PvP very often. If ever. Like, the most PvP I do is getting invaded. Back behind. And then go 1, 2, maybe 3? Maybe 3. 3 might use up too much stamina though. Hit. Okay. Ooh, okay. One. No follow? Okay. Over the head, that's fine. Really? Second phase already? Ooh, that second hit was greedy, but I got away with it. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Ah, that big attack. It might be worth me un-two-handing at that point and see if I can block it. I totally should have tried practicing this guy at some point today, but didn't really have time in general. You know, you got work, you got dinner to make, you got chores to do, like sorting out cat litter. Just did not have the time from yesterday, but oh well. I do think Dragonslayer Armour is probably the easiest boss I can do right now, because Gravetender Great Wolf has 2 different targets to focus on. Sister Frida's got 3 phases to do. Nameless King is Nameless King, 2 phases, difficult. So this is probably the easiest one to do. Still can't get over how this game has a spell completely seriously called Spook. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I forget what the context is, though. Yeah, in fact, there aren't that many spells in Dark Souls or Bloodborne that do give enemies fear. Let's do this. I'd try one-handing it for a bit again. See how this goes. At least one-handed attacks do come out quicker. In fact, if one-handed attacks come out quicker, I might be able to get double the damage. Oh, that was greedy. Right, 2-hand while I can. Yeah. Switching back and forth between them feels good. Yeah, blocked. Didn't roll away properly though that time. Spook negates fall damage and sounds made by the user. It's kind of useless since it doesn't save you from fatal falls, but it's okay in PvP. Really? I can't imagine fall damage being a big thing in PvP, unless you mean the sounds. You see like funny videos every now and then about how people are using decoys to try and trick people into running past them onto like a bridge, and then you cut the bridge. But I think people are not falling for that kind of trick anymore. That's what happened when they introduced a spell that prevented spell casting. Pyromancy's, Miracle, and Sorcerer builds were almost unplayable in PvP if they had the trump card. It was nerfed to oblivion, like the Host Seeds. Yeah. Well, in a game like this, melee physical builds are probably always going to be more favored just because people like playing as melee. People don't like being casters that much, or at least I assume it's in the minority. It might not be. Just more common to get up into people's faces. Yeah, I think one-handing and two-handing, switching between them might be good for this. I would like to make some progress today, Dragonslayer Armour, if you wouldn't mind. Five again. Stamina. No fourth one? Okay. Pro gamer moves there, using an ember to assert your dominance against the boss. Throw away. Yep. Roll! Oh. Right. Only two. Only two. Fifth one? Yep. Oh god, big explosions. Come on. This does feel like quite an epic duel, though. Oh, okay. Fifth one? Fifth one? Heal! Ah! Oh, big explosions coming in. Camera is having a hard time keeping up. Whoa, lasers! That might have been what killed me that time. I didn't see it come in. The laser. One, two, switch. Oh! Come on! I wasn't at full health though. Ah. Water Demon says, I'm at work with my father, so I can't stay. Just came to say hi. So hi! Hello, Water Demon. Thanks for popping by. I hope work with your dad is going great. Been at this boss for over an hour and a half now. Been a bit demoralizing, but I can kind of see the semblance of getting the boss down. I think, how many embers do I have? 25. I think I'll stop there. 5 embers on a boss is okay. Because I have a feeling I'll probably need them more on the bosses to come. I'm trying to think, who are the bosses in the Ringed City? It's Demon Prince, Gale, Half-Light, and Medea. Alright. I think I'll just go straight in this time. No buffing of the fire axe. See how this goes. I am sticking with the Millwood axe because the damage output is very useful. And if anything causes strike damage, it would be this. Not that I think it does. Back away. Back away. Plus, the fact that the Millwood Battle Axe has more range means I can get away with being further away from him. The Rorosaurus Straight Sword does not have the kind of range that this does. That was a shot block, okay. Lasers. Okay. No follow. Okay. Come on, come on. I need you to swing so I can punish it. What's that? Heal up. Okay, forward. That was a shockwave again, right? Yeah. Yeah, blocking that is much better than trying to avoid it, I think. I don't know why I let that hit me. 1, 2. Okay. Just nice and calm. Go to full. Oh god. No, no, no. Oh, I was one hit away. Ah. One hit away, but the pilgrim butterflies were shooting at me. Alright. I'm seeing progress. I'm seeing progress. You beat the dancer, so you can do it. Goodbye. Good luck. Goodbye. Thank you. I did beat the dancer. The dancer was easier, though. The dancer, you could just put the Carthus Rouge on and use the dagger, and the dancer's a lot... The dancer is a lot bigger as well, so it's easier to avoid attacks and deal damage, I think. You're not a real soul level 1 if you don't do Madeir. No armor, fists only, no damage taken. And you forgot blindfolded on the power glove. Power glove? That sounds easy. Try doing it on the dance mat or using bananas or whatever it is. Like, I appreciate people doing these kinds of challenge runs, but at the end of the day, I do want to finish it, you know. I don't want to spend 3 months just on this. I'm actually quite fortunate that I've been able to do these runs, these attempts, and these streams one after another, because if it was months in between, I'd probably be like, what do I do again? Take quite a lot more time to adjust. But, tell you what, I'm going to use one more ember. One more ember, because that attempt was very close. Very close indeed. Stamina, come back. Oh, I should not have gone so close. Whew. Back away, back away. One more hit. Yep. Ooh. Wasn't expecting that attack from him. Back away. Being at full health saved me there. Right. There we go. Full health. Oh, no, 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 no. Ooh. I was expecting to die there. Get clipped by attacks I shouldn't be. I was expecting the fourth one there. The problem with the Pilgrim Butterflies is not just the fact that they do damage, it's the interruption of your attacks that could be a problem. And also, taking any point of damage reduces the amount of defense you get from the Lloyd Shield Ring. So, come on. Do this. I got cooked again. Full health. Is that a laser coming in or what? Yes, it is. Okay. Where's it shooting go? Ooh. That was greedy. Should have done that. Okay, let's back away. Whoa. Can't bloody see. Trade. Alright, I might get lucky. 1, 2. Yeah! Woohoo! Ah. Praise that song. Yay! Progress has been made. Awesome. See? Doable. I saw a video of someone doing the challenge run. Well, not saw, skimmed through, and it looked like an hour and a half. Well, we did an hour and 45 minutes just on the easy soul level 1 thing, so I can totally see someone spending an hour and a half just on doing it that way. More skillful than I, of course. 64,000 souls. What do I even spend my souls on now? Oh, there was a Titanite lizard around here, but maybe not. It's a good feeling knowing you can overcome a challenge like that, but that was a worthy fight. Well done, Dragonslayer Armour. Also, I think this is one of the most pointless bonfires in the game, because you have this bonfire here, and I think from this bonfire up here, you can see the other bonfire. Like, here. What is the point of having two bonfires within vision of each other? So, what's this? Ah, the key to the Grand Archives and the Twin Sword. Alright, well, let's go ahead and spend our souls. We will travel to Firelink Shrine. Imagine spending that long fighting Midir non-stop. After a while, it's probably not even difficult anymore. Yeah, after a while, it just becomes rote memorization. It's kind of what I did with the final boss of Sekiro. It was... I figured out you can kind of cheese the first phase, so you just keep doing that thing over and over again. And then you get into the groove of, right, he's going to do this, I'm going to do this, he does this, I do that, I do this. Yeah, after a while, it's just kind of like, not a challenge. Why do I have your armor set? That's strange. I got a Bernie Sanders ad, but he dropped out over a month ago. Well, thank you for the 10 bits, Real Pie Master. I don't know what's going on with adverts in Twitch. Supposedly, people who are subscribers shouldn't have adverts, but I don't know if that's Twitch Prime Limited or something. Who knows? Yeah, sure, why not? I like having my fancy armor. They probably just haven't updated their ad database. But yeah, a month old is quite the delay. Is there a reason for me to upgrade anything? Nope, because everything's upgraded to full. I'd really talk to these NPCs a bit more, but I don't think I can do anything else. There's probably some more in the swamp I need to get for him. Spook. There we go. Mask the noises and prevents fall damage. See, that says prevent fall damage, so that would totally... I would expect to say that that will save me from fatal falls.
Oh, chap, do you wish to...
No, don't want that one. Yeah, nothing else new. But you're right, in that if Spook doesn't save you from fall damage, then what's the point of it? Like, fatal fall damage, I should say. I forget what Dragonslayer armor gives you. It's probably the weapon and the shield, right? So that's the weapon, 40 strength needed. And that's the shield, 38 strength needed. Can't use either of those. So, Grand Archives, I guess. Need to make the run all the way to the Twin Princes. See how that goes. I can now get the Dexterity Ring, so I can use the raw Dragonslayer axe properly. So yeah. Good, good, good. That'd be a bit broken now, don't you think? If you come here before beating the other lords, Gotthard isn't there and you can't get in the archives. I don't know. How do you get here before beating the other lords? Oh, you beat Dancer early, of course. Duh. Right. Hello. Alright. Okay, so... if I remember correctly, there are lots of these little grey rats around that I would like to kill in one shot, if I can. But I can't. I am not powerful enough. This chunk. Might not necessarily need chunks anymore. Whoa! Slow moving crystal soul mass? No! Why do you do this to me, Titanite Lizard? Leading me to an obvious trap. Well, I have to go around, I guess. Soul of the Night. Please don't kill me. The real final boss of the Grand Archives is not Dragonslayer armor, it's these guys. If you bop the Priestess, you can just beat Dancer and be in a super hard area, and you're already level 1. Yeah, yeah. I suppose I don't really need these items. I can already buy chunks, but I think I've said this before. It's like rediscovering the game, playing it this way. Wait. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. Thank you. Dunk my head, dunk my head. This makes no sense whatsoever. But whatever. Oh, hello, Titanite Lizard. Fancy seeing you here. Chaos Gem. Hello, Titanite Lizard. Fancy seeing you here. Is there any more items up here? No. I do with a torch. I should have one. In fact, I picked up the follower torch from the DLC. Okay. Wow, I forgot how many Titanite lizards there are around here. Night show. Ooh, almost ran into that. Oh, stop it. Come on. Give me a break. Uh-oh. 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 Woo. Yep, you disappear. Cool. Alright. So, grey rat's up there. Is there a ladder here? There is. Woo! Okay. What's down here? Item? Jumps to items. Homeward bone. Alright. Get this. Finite scale. Yeah, this is all stuff that I really don't need to bother with, but I have the compulsion. I must pick up the item. I must. It's white, it's shiny, it's glowy. I must pick it up. It's like when I played Hollow Knight on Steel Soul. I wanted to get used to the speed. I wanted to get the speed completion achievement, so I had to actually path through the game. It really changed the way I see it. It was super fun. Yeah, I can see that. Like, you can set yourself milestones and check marks to try and beat the game by. Oh, you come back. Suppose I should have expected that. Come on. Come on. Yeah. But for me, it's like, I see the big shiny glowy, and I'm like, ooh, what's that? I know it's not going to be anything worth my time, but it still feels like I should go for it. Like, it tickles that part of your brain that says, yeah, you want to know what this is, don't you? It might be good. You don't know. I think there's an enemy around here, isn't there? Hello! Thank you. Crystal Chime was not worth coming in here for. Wait, is there an item this way? Aha! There is. Again, not worth it, but whatever. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but playing the game, just running past everything, it really opens your eyes about how long it does actually take to get through stuff when you're not trying to fight everything in your way. Should have done that the first time, honestly, but oh well. So this is where I died, yeah? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Woo. Wait, I'm gonna have to kill these guys to try and investigate this thing a bit more. Because I could have sworn there's a lever around here. Oh. This wall opens up, doesn't it? Or does it only open from one side? Oh, I suppose I don't need to go back there. I don't know why I started this Soul Level 1 challenge run. I feel like it was kind of to prove a point that I could beat the game without leveling up. But I don't know. Honestly, it was probably an excuse just to play some more Dark Souls after a while. I've always found it, like, hard to schedule things when streaming. And that's where how long to beat is a godsend. Because of just, like, the whole resource of other people saying how long it took them to beat a game and so on. But it's like, finish Valhalla. Do I have enough time to play and to start a new game before The Last of Us comes out? It's like, probably not. Not at the rate that I play games, at least. We've still got Xenoblade, of course. This way, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh god. Excuse me. Right, tell you what. Time to actually use shield. Yeah, because I can kill those guys in 2 hits, one-handed. Uh-oh. Woo. Just keep rolling. Just keep rolling. Get the shiny. Must get the shiny. Oh. Yeah, in terms of what we've got planned for the future, I think we've had maybe a couple of questions about Pokemon. And to be honest, I don't think me and Pimmsy are all that enthusiastic about the Pokemon DLC that comes out this week. So the Isle of Armour is the first part of the DLC pack. And I don't know about you guys, but to me, Pokemon DLC for a Pokemon game doesn't feel right. But at the same time, you kind of understand that all the third games were basically DLC. They just expanded it into the full game as well. It's this week. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. Because today's the 15th. I think it comes out on the 17th of June. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this week. Right. Yeah, okay, there we go. Jesus. Leave me alone, Crystal Sage. Are you... Oh my god. What are these attacks? Die. 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 Ugh. Yeah, it just doesn't feel like... I mean, Pimmsy and I enjoyed Pokemon when it came out. Pokemon Shield, that is. And I really like what the Pokemon look like. They've got cool art designs. It's just the game itself is not fantastic. Like, it's cool to, you know, be catching new Pokemon, seeing what there is in the new region, stuff like that. And I'm sure the new stuff as well would be cool. But I don't know, it just doesn't feel like we need to go back to it. We might do eventually. Maybe when Crown Tundra comes out. But yeah, it's like a unique case where me and Pimmsy usually get the full version of whatever Pokemon game is available. And we're not this time. I assume you are weak to fire, my friend. You're much less aggressive than your friend in Lothric Castle, I gotta say. I say as he kills me. I didn't really pay attention to this. Yeah, it's just like new things come out. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like most people are focusing on Last of Us 2, which of course is to be expected. But then after that, the next big thing that's on our radar is Paper Mario. Other people will be excited for Ghost of Tsushima, of course. But then we've got a big empty summer with no major games announced yet, I don't think. So, usually around this time of year, we would be, of course, experiencing E3, and we'd hear all the trailers, we'd see all the trailers, we'd hear all the discussion, all the plans that games companies have got for their new releases of games and so on. And this time, this year, it feels a lot more disjointed, of course. So it's easy to miss out on things. If it's not all packaged up into one main announcement or event or whatever it is, it does feel like you could easily miss things. Oh god. I'm gonna die in these Grand Archives so much. Okay. Guilt to fall. Go, 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 go. Run. Oh my goodness. This is worse than Dragonslayer armor. I've not even made it to the Twin Princes. What's this? Soul Stream. Ah, well. Do I even want to fight you? No. You know what? You know what? Screw it. I am going to beeline for the exit of this place. I will explore all the things off stream. I want to make it to the princes and try doing attempts at those. Because I don't think one boss only per stream is acceptable progress. So, yeah. But don't worry, I will do my damnedest to try and beat some bosses. Alright. Can you attack me on the ladder? Yes. Can you kill me on the ladder? Yes. Okay. So I have to take you out. There's been lots of things about how people have pushed back their games, in some cases, multiple times. So yeah, I think once we are done with the new games that are out, it will be a good opportunity for us to go back to the stuff that we've started but haven't finished. Because that I don't like starting stuff and not finishing it. It doesn't feel satisfying to me. Like, it's the same thing in my brain of, ooh, go get the white shiny. Ooh, you finished the game today. Well done. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's always difficult. Life gets in the way sometimes. Okay, so we are running past sages. Not bothering with you anymore. Please run away from Grey Rat. And this is ladder? Uh-huh. Oh, there's an item there. you can see my brain going, oh, there's an item there. Let's get that. It's not worth it. I know it's not worth it. And yet still, I have to get it. Oof. Let's get this. Sorry, I know. I don't need to do this. Just go. It's this way, right? Oh no, let's get the shortcut. Do I need anything in here? Scholaring. Okay, so I can now use frozen weapon after I've beaten the boss that's weak to it. And that's the drop point that I can use to get items. Okay. Feel it happening in real time. The thing of... Ooh, what's that? Do you think indie games will benefit from not having an E3? I don't know. I think they will benefit if they find an alternative. But otherwise, no. Usually, indie games benefit from being able to be shown on the show floor. So the bit that most people don't see, which is people get hands-on playtesting at E3 for indie games because they don't have the budget to do proper marketing, you know? Like, you can try and advertise as much as you want, but nothing will beat the thing of getting people to play your game in person and give you your feedback. Oh god. Oh god. Oh. Is there a lever over here? No, not yet. Okay. Right. Okay. Concentrate, Rob. We're not going for items. We're not stopping to fight enemies along the way. This is Soul level 1. Run. You run. You do not need to fight things. All you need to do is beat bosses and progress the game. Yeah, I've always wanted to go to E3, but it seems like going nowadays is probably not the same as it once was. Like, I think the fact that it's been opened up to the public is great, obviously. But, you know, it's not quite as exclusive a club as it once was. Ooh, go, 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 go. Can't see, can't see, can't see. Ah! Am I running in the wrong direction? I think I am. Oh, no, I'm not. Here we go. Ladder is not over here. Okay. What's this item? Undead Bone Shard. Kinda wish there was an Estus Shard. Okay, so this is NPC town. Yep, there's 3 NPCs. That's Cathedral Knight. You know what? I'm gonna leave you be. You just want to get to the end, but the Neanderthal part of your brain is just going, hee-hoo, shiny. And it sucks. Because do what you want me to do. Ignore myself? Yeah, it's like... It is. It is. It's the primal thing of that looks nice. You want that because it looks nice. You want it, and I know it's not the objective, but it still. Oh, it still gets me. Okay. All right. So shortcuts have been unlocked. I think all I need to do now is run up the bridge. What's up here? Alright, that's the bonfire. Cool. Okay. Yeah. It's hard to overcome compulsions. And I'm not saying I have OCD or anything, because there are people who have much worse debilitating effects of, you know, those kinds of mental disorders, I guess you'd call them. But yeah, it's just like, ooh. Ooh. Oh, I died. I'm gonna spend even more time trying to get back to the thing now. Well, anyway. So, I'll kill NPCs off screen. I'll kill Winged Knights off screen for the slab. I'll get the items behind me. Actually, should I? Item there. Is that the night ring I need? Wow, you're following me a long way. Because I do need to pick up the night ring to use the Dragonslayer axe. So, where is it? Is it this one? No. Must be in the ladder there. Alright. Well. Let's see how fast I am compared to Winged Knights. I'm on the wrong side, aren't I? Yes, I am. Where's the ladder? 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 There we go. Gotta say, these knights are very glorious. Yay! Cool. Alright, so. Hunter's ring. Wait, did I take off the strength ring? Alright, I need to take this one off. Okay. Okay, so. It's good at attacking with two hands. Was there anything else around here? Oh, okay. I know there's like lore implications of a person trapped in a cage, and then there's loads of angel feathers you see, and lots of stuff to do with the story of Dark Souls. And it's like, yep, most people don't really understand the story of this game, me included, because it's just so obtuse. Still haven't opened that trilogy book. I should really open that. Well, thank you for killing me. Oh, he's got a cool armor set. Ugh. Can I still buff my Dragonslayer axe? I can! Wow. Even though it does split lightning damage. Interesting. Can I stack up the weaknesses then? Of course, the real downside of this is that, unlike the Millwood axe, I can't then one-hand this and shield when I need to. Which could be a problem. But I guess we'll deal with that later. Alright. Excuse me, normal soldier dudes. Excuse me, Lothric Knight dudes. Oh. Ooh, yeah, safe. Well, not safe, but shortcut unlocked. Which is what I really wanted it to be. The story isn't too tough. The lore is the real problem. It's just fire gone, go make fire. I suppose, yeah. It's all the unseen stuff that is like sounds really cool that you have to sort of fill in the blanks yourself for a bit for. Like, we hear a lot about Astora, and I don't think we ever actually go to Astora. You know? Astora is apparently the cool place where all the heroes come from, like Anri, like Oscar, Solaire. But you never actually visit. Kareem's a cool place with Aegon and all the bite rings there. Katarina as well. Oh. Alright, cutscene time. Let's buff it before we go in.
Oh dear. Another dogged contender.
I could have been a contender.
Welcome, unkindled one, purloiner of cinders. Mind you, the mantle of Lord interests me none. The fire-linking curse, the legacy of lords, let it all fade into nothing.
See, he just wants the same ending as the dark ending, basically.
You've done quite enough. Now have your rest.
Same with Yondor. There's a ton of things like, did you know Yorm once used a shield? Well, the one he loved died. And something. I didn't get a chance to read the rest. One sec. He was like, fuck that. And started two-handing the machete. Yeah. Always after the fact. 325 is a lot. I know it's only the first phase, but still. I always thought Lothric trying to stand up was really cool. He clearly can't do it, but he'll make the effort to. Ah, I couldn't see where he was coming from. Thought I might be able to survive at full health. So now the quickest bonfire is Dragonslayer Armour? Maybe? Because Dancer or Lothric Castle has to go up 2 lifts. Yeah, so I think I'll do that. And reset. Does the white magic damage count as magic, or is it something else? Also, I never got that item. Oh well. See, for that item, I'm like, ooh, shiny, but it's up a roof. So I'm like, okay, I clearly can't get that the way I'm going now. And I do understand there's a Titanite slab underneath me, but I don't think I need it because I've got my endgame weapons all up to +10. And we start running. Okay. Buff. Shield on, 2 hand, and go. Run! Shouldn't trade hits with him, really. Attacking. Ooh. Stamina. Stamina. Stamina, where are you? Pretty sure that was supposed to be an attack like that one. But, he stopped partway through. Ah. I think that's the problem with storytelling of, like, fantasy, dark fantasy. Basically, anything interesting always seems to happen somewhere else. Like, the conflict in Game of Thrones, which triggers Robert's rebellion against Rhaegar and the Targaryens and so on, sounds like the coolest thing, and yet in Game of Thrones you never see it because it's already happened. And I know that they're doing, like, HBO prequel series that deals with that kind of thing, but it's like, you can't really capture the same intent, the same essence, as it were. Are we still live? Yeah, we should be. Wow. My Twitch stats thing on OBS has just said we're offline, which is a bit disconcerting, but we haven't stopped streaming. We haven't dropped our connection out, I don't think. Still got Wi-Fi connection that I can see. Bit odd. Maybe my OBS needs updating. Has been a while, I think. Huh, you didn't do the magic stream. Stamina, come back, please. Stamina, please. I need you. Alright, that's first phase done. But yeah, that Dragonslayer axe is doing loads of damage.
Oh, dear brother.
Why are you so weak?
I'm on my way.
Never liked the skeletal hands they have. Like, oh.
My brother. Unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would.
Right.
For that is our curse.
Right. The Heel Boys are back together. Gotta say, that is a cool crown. I remember playing this for the first time and thinking, oh, Lothric's gonna be the big bad, but no, really, it's actually Lorien. Lorien is the cool guy. How do I avoid this? Nope. That was the wrong time and the wrong position to roll. Oh, that feels like a waste. I'll try using an ember this time. See how that goes. Technically, if I wanted to be cheeky, I could say we are going to beat Prince Lothric, and then beat the Soul of Cinder, and then consider that the Soul Level 1 run done. You know, just leave all the other bosses alone, because that could take us up to Friday. And honestly, I don't know if I would do that. Supposedly, Frida is a nightmare on Soul Level 1. Dark Eater Medea is as well. Not that I expect Soul of Cinder to be easy, but doesn't get mentioned as a boss that people struggle with. Because at the end of the day, once you've got to the Solar Cinder, you've basically almost beaten the game anyway. So... Alright. So... Your hand. Ooh, big swing. I didn't use the Ember either. That was the wrong way to roll. Well, at least I'll be able to use an Ember this time. Oh. Sorry, just checking some things out in Twitch, because seeing the offline thing is very disconcerting, but going to our actual Twitch page says we're still live, so I will carry on. I'm quite fortunate that we've never really experienced a situation where Twitch has just been outright unavailable. You know, it's been down, it's been DDoSed, or whatever else it may be. And it makes sense, because obviously Twitch should be running all on Amazon Web Services, but, you know, there are times when Google goes down as well. But it's much more likely that our internet would be the failure point. Okay, so this time, remember to use the Ember. Remember the Ember. Okay, go. 25. More HP. Yeah, I think I've still got the best rings on for the time being. May think about trading the Lloyd shield ring with the stone plate protection one. Ooh. I think that was a bit early on my part. Where is he? There he is. No! Oh. Camera. Please don't do that to me again. That was too early. That was a trade. I shouldn't have done that. That was the wrong time to heal. That was the right time to heal. Ah. Blocked by the pillar. Where is he? There he is. Ooh. Got lucky the second roll came up quickly then. 1, 2. Okay. Alright, so this. Where is he? Okay. Alright, let's try and use the pillars to hide. Okay. Ooh. Where is he? No! Oh, it didn't even get hit. Not a single hit. Come on, can do this, can do this. I don't feel like Lothric and Lorien are the wall that the Dragonslayer armor was. Especially with this weapon. Might consider switching to an axe if I can. Well, obviously I can, but if I want to. Tell you what, actually, I might also use the Green Blossom before I head in, because the stamina running out is the main problem I have at the start of the fight. So, depending on how long it lasts, it might be worth using. Okay, so... Excuse me. Don't mind me at all. Alright, so... First is Ember. Then is Green Blossom. Then is Carthus Flame Arc. Then two-hand, shields on, and we go. Got lucky with two early rolls. Got lucky with our late roll. Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Okay. Heal. Heal again. There we go. That's better. Nice. Go forward. Shouldn't have done that. Woo. Nope. Too far away. Where is he? Heal. Okay. Ooh, ooh, boy. Ooh. Okay. Try and maintain as close a distance as I can allow. I've done that. 3 more hits. Heal. No! Right, there we go. Gonna teleport? No? Ah, I saw the attack coming. No, stop it. Panic rolling now. Okay, go for it. 1, 2. Okay. Let's get up here. Whoa. I need to heal. Okay. Ooh. Heal. Shouldn't have done that. Heal up. Stamina, please. Ooh, I knew there must have been a follow-up. Oh, this is the worst bit. Oh god. Ugh. I managed to heal. Okay. No, 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 no! Oh, no! I'm gonna have to heal. Oh, I'm out. I'm out of heals. Well, progressed a little bit. Let's try refreshing this browser, because I want to make sure that stuff is still as it should be. Ooh, you can feel the heart pumping on that one. Close, that was close. Slightly concerned that we're not live, actually. Because browser's taking a while to refresh. I can only go by OBS at this point, which is a bit disconcerting. For all I know, there might be an issue with the live playback, but the Twitch VOD would be all okay. And if nothing else, I can press and hold the share button to make sure that it's all recorded for posterity. Gotta admit, I don't use the share button all that often compared to, I'm sure, many other people. This one, this one. Go, go, go. I like how he has an attack that is made to break your lock-on. Like, I think that's what the Dragonslayer armor should do as well. There should be attacks that break lock-on to stop you from trying to stick to him like glue. Deal. Ooh. I rolled too early. Teleport? Nope. Just a charge. Ah. Alright. Second phase. Time to run. Okay. Now let's calm down. Where is he? There he is. That's good. Exposure back a bit more. Oh, God. I hate when the camera doesn't lock on the way you want it to. They must know that sometimes. Like, we know the way the boss moves. We play tested it enough that the camera is not going to stay the way that people want it to be. Alright, move on. Should have gone for a second one. Yep. Where is he? Where is he? Ah! Okay. Teleportation is annoying, but... Oh, God. All out. Good. Okay. Come on, attack. Okay, maybe not exactly when I say. Give me the chance to avoid it, maybe? There we go. Alright. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think 4. Maybe 5. Lorian. Back water it. Nope. Back away, back away, back away. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Just need one hit. One hit will do. There we go. Woo! Alright. Yes, I'm a curse. Senders of a Lord, praise that sun. And just to be sure. Ta-da. So, did that successfully do the share? I'm going to do it again. So, video clip. Save video clip. There we go. Cool. Just to be on the safe side. Just to be on the safe side. Okay. Well, let's go to Firelink Shrine. We'll buy armor because I don't really have anything else to spend it on. Should we try Soul of Cinder? Maybe. Let's buy all the armor sets and we'll decide what to do after that. Purchase. And we want the armor sets. Armor sets. And I've got change left over. Ooh.
Ashen.
40,000. What am I going to spend this on? Hello. I need the thing from Twin Princes. Lothric's Holy Sword. 18 Dexterity and 14 Intelligence. Sorry, 14 Faith. Straight sword. But this one. Lorian's Great Sword. Cool. But can't use it. Do not be overlong. Do not be away for overlong. Well, let's buy you. Is this? I think these give you something if you trade them. Buy more of those. Let's buy Night Chunks. Yeah. Refined gem, sure. Oh, alright.
Ashen one.
Should we try Frida? Tell you what, we will go to Ariandel, and we will unlock the bonfire for Grave Tender Great Wolf. Try that a little bit. I am very concerned that we are still like not live. Twitch is not being responsive, but OBS hasn't said that we're not streaming. So I tell you, I should have checked this ages ago. Twitch Inspector. That'll tell me. That will tell me. I have to log in now. I mean, sure, that's my name. Log in. Yeah, wrong. I accidentally had caps lock on, so I, Oh. We've encountered an unexpected error. Please try again. Is Twitch down? Is Twitch down? Question mark? There are problems at Twitch. Oh no! I have a problem with Twitch too. Well, I have no idea how this is going to work for catch-up purposes. Okay, well, I think we can safely carry on with getting the bonfire for Grave Tender Great Wolf, but then after that, I think I might have to call it a day. We have been going for a couple of hours now, so... Huh. Can I climb you? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we'll unlock the bonfire, and then we will stop for today. I've got to admit, I was a bit concerned when I stopped seeing messages being sent by people in the chat, but I thought just like, nah, you know what, people might have just, you know, decided to leave and needed to do other things and so on, but I'm dead. But if there are problems with Twitch, then at least I saved the clip of me beating the princes. So if nothing else, I can replay it and do like a live commentary thing on it. Oh, man. Should have been more careful in the tree, honestly. Oh, the Twitch stats thing is back. How lovely. Thank you, OBS. Good to know that now. Can I refresh the browser now? I think it's logged me out. Oh, no, there we are. We're there. So I think I am logged out, but the page is there. Weird. So I have no idea how much of that everyone will have seen, but I will make sure to do a recap because I can. Really don't want to pick a fight with you. This is hard enough at full levels. See, this is where Spook should really be useful, right? You get the ability to just drop down without having to worry about fall damage. Get off screen. Thank you. Ooh, shiny. Ember. You know what? Embers are still worth picking up. So I feel vindicated for that one. Just keep going. Keep moving at a slow but steady pace. Uh-oh. 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 Deal. Okay. Bonfire! Go, 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 bonfire. Go, 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 bonfire. Okay, well, I have no idea how much people were able to see. Apparently Twitch is back. Who knows? So I think I'm going to call it for today there. So thanks for watching if you could, guys. Really do appreciate all the people watching and chatting with us. It makes me feel much more comfortable playing video games, knowing I'm sharing it with a community of you guys. So thank you for that. In case you haven't already, you can follow us at twitch.tv/RiggyRob to get notified of when we go live. You can also subscribe to us, and if we hit 15 subscribers or 15 sub points concurrently, I will shave my head. I've needed a haircut for a while now, so we may do some juicing of the numbers perhaps, but we still need to meet that goal. I'm not gonna say, yeah, we're not gonna... I'll shave my head without meeting that goal. We'll meet that goal, don't worry. We also have the Black Lives Matter movement campaign on Tiltify. So if you donate using !Black Lives Matter or BLM, you get a link to the Tiltify campaign that says, I Need Diverse Games is all about people making games with diverse protagonists, you know, black and minority ethnicities. So we got $20 towards that anonymously. Thank you very much for that. The goal is 100, but, you know, every little bit helps. I'm not expecting to reach that goal. It'd be nice to, but yeah, the most important thing is to be aware of the things that are happening and still are happening, protest-wise in all the countries in the world. I'll make sure this goes up onto YouTube. I have no idea how this is going to go up to YouTube, whether Twitch will save the VOD or not, but hopefully I'll be able to add the stream and the share replay. So that'll be at youtube.com/RiggyRob+PimmsyPlay. Links in the chat. You can also follow us on Discord and Twitter as well, and that'll tell you when we go live. Twitter's the best thing to keep notified manually, so that's probably the best one. And if you want to ask me any questions, feel free to ask in the Discord or the Twitter. You know, I'm fine with that. Our scheduled tab on Twitch says we go live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. 8 PM UK time on the weekdays, 10 AM UK time on Sundays. So that's 3 PM Eastern, 12 PM Pacific, and 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Pacific, and then, you know, 1 hour later for European people, and so on. And in terms of schedule, as I mentioned, the Pokemon DLC comes out on Wednesday, but we're probably not going to play it. Chances are I will do some more Dark Souls 3, assuming that Pimmsy's still not feeling up to streaming. And then on Friday, The Last of Us Part 2 comes out. So I think we will probably be playing that on Friday. So, yeah. Thanks for watching the stream, guys. Twitch has just said we're going offline again. Oh no. Let's hope this goes well. And I'll see you all next time.